Talofa, Malele, bula, and welcome to Season 5, Episode 50 of Breakfast Bites by TEIVOVOsports.com. A wrap of Pasifika People sports news on this bright and sunny Tuesday morning, 23 May 2023. Coming to you with tons of hanisi from the 180th meridian in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. In rugby, many Fiji fans are critical of Ben Gollings and his Fiji team not winning any tournament in the just completed HSBC 7 Series 2023. In fact, some fans are pretty hot under the collar, outright rude and disrespectful. But more on Rugby Sevens in background buzz at the end of this podcast. In Rugby League, last week the French government announced that it was rescinding its decision to host the 2025 Rugby League World Cup, citing financial reasons. New Zealand and Australia have expressed an interest to co-host the event. Is this an opportunity to also host games in Oceania to spread the gospel? Meanwhile, Queensland head coach Billy Slater has been accused of disloyalty after his controversial call to axe Maroons stars Dane Gagai and Kalen Ponga for Origin 1 on Wednesday week. While south of the border, Brad Fittler has hired Tongan muscle to stand up to the Queensland Bullies, with enforcers Tyson Frizzell playing his first game for the Blues since 2020, and Tavita Pangai Jr. making his Origin debut in the starting side. Freddie has also handed Nico Hines an Origin debut off the bench, with Jerome Luai to start in the number 6 jersey alongside Panthers teammate Nathan Cleary. And the Fox is back in blue. In football, Real Madrid star Vinicius Jr. pointed to a fan behind the Valencia goal midway through the second half, with Madrid defender Lucas Vasquez confirming the supporter made monkey gestures at the Brazilian. Very sad. Meanwhile, Manchester City, 7 points clear of Arsenal, with 2 games left, can cement their status as one of English football's greatest ever teams if they can add the FA Cup and the Champions League to their latest Premier League title. Pep Guardiola's treble chasers face Manchester United in the FA Cup final at Wembley on 3 June, then take on Inter Milan in Istanbul 7 days later, as they chase a Champions League victory for the first time. In sports biz, Brooks Koepka's 2-shot win at the PGA Championship vaulted the 33-year-old into golf history and fueled LIV Golf's ongoing battle with the PGA Tour. The win gave Koepka his 5th major championship, the same number as legends Seve Ballesteros and Byron Nelson. Although the PGA Championship this year boosted its overall purse to US $17.5 million, the US $3.5 million paycheck for the winner is less than the $4 million US Koepka took home from his most recent LIV tournament victory last month in Orlando. The biggest takeaway from Koepka's triumph is that competing on LIV instead of the PGA Tour does not automatically take a player out of major form. But the larger question is whether LIV can parlay Koepka's wins into more fans' interest in the LIV tournaments. In the NBA, the Celtics are gone. Miami Heat became the first ever 8 seed to win an NBA playoff game by 25 points or more in a brutal 128-102 win over the second-seeded Boston Celtics in Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Final. Miami now holds a 3-0 stranglehold on the NBA Eastern Conference Finals and are vying to become just the second 8-seeded team after the 1999 New York Knicks to reach the NBA Finals. The Heat host Game 4 later today, just 1 win away from reaching those NBA Finals. Finally, in boxing, what did you expect? Promoter's dream Tyson Fury stole the show at a media conference in Melbourne yesterday for the Parker Django fight. The Gypsy King said that he would need less than 7 rounds in total to annihilate both Francis Ngannou and Alexander Usyk, while also revealing he wants to fight in Australia. So who's fighting tomorrow again? Okay, sports fans, on background buzz today, I take a closer look at the Fiji men's sevens team, where many Fiji fans are critical of Ben Gollings and his Fiji team for not winning any tournament in the HSBC 7 Series 2023. Some fans are outright rude and disrespectful. So when you look at the HSBC World Rugby 7 Series 2023, two players stand out. Champion Samoan flyer Va'a Apelu Maliko, who scored an incredible 50 tries across the 2023 series for 252 points, along with 41 line breaks, 122 tackles, 55 offloads, and 214 carries. In doing so, Maliko grabbed the DHL Impact Player and also the Top Try Scorer Awards for 2023. The other standout was All Black Sevens Fijian playmaker Aquila Rokolisoa, who won the Hot Stepper Award, voted by fans on social media. And along with the Samoan, was named in the HSBC Dream Team 2023, along with three Argentinians, All Black Sevens player Leo Carter and Henry Patterson of Australia. No Fiji Sevens player in sight. So what's gone wrong with Fiji? Wrong coach, wrong strength and conditioning coach, wrong players, all the above. The fact is, this Fiji Sevens team is slowly but surely getting better. As the players start to gel by getting their communications and combinations in sync, winning HSB Sevens tournaments will follow. After a year of frustration and a couple of near misses, the London Sevens was their best outing by far, with only an unfortunate red card to Mbati Rerenga in the second minute of the final, hampering any chance of success. In fact, I would argue that red cards in sevens ruin the game. World Rugby needs to take a good hard look at the impact of sending players off in rugby sevens and come up with smarter rules around red card infringements. Just because we have red cards in 15s rugby doesn't mean that we have to have red cards in sevens. There are so many 15s rules that have already been ditched or amended to make sevens rugby a better, fairer game. So why not smarten up the rules around cards? Apart from ruining the contest, sending off a player in sevens has a disproportionately much higher negative impact on his team than red carding a player in a 15s game. For example, the impact of time for Mbati Rerenga's send-off on his teammates after 2 minutes was that they had to play 85.7% of the game without him, while having to cover more than 833 square meters per man, more than double the area players in a 15s game have to each cover when a player is sent off. All up, it's a killer and no contest. But back to the Fiji Sevens team. Fans must remember that Fiji typically plays the highest risk style of sevens rugby. Crazy offloads at very high tempo. So unless everything is in sync, things will generally fall apart. And they have. But the main objective of 2023 was to qualify for the Olympics in Paris 2024. And they did that. So a big tick there. Ben Gollings has been rebuilding his squad and still has a ways to go for Paris 2024. Apart from double Olympic gold medalist Jerry Tuwai, coach Ben Gollings has held on to Waisea Nadungu from Tokyo. Big experienced forwards Kalioni Nasoko, Joshua Vakurinambili, Melin Dernalangi, plus utility Semi Randrandra from Tokyo are all gone, and with them a massive loss of experience. In the backs, Gollings has lost Yosefo Masi, now a star center for the Fijian Drua, Vilimoni Mbotitu, Tuta Wainingolo, and Napoleoni Bolodar. Theoretically, just Yosefo Masi, Wainingolo, and Bolodar could be selected again next year. But the elephant in the room is the aging trio of Tuwai, Nadungu, and Modenadangi. I leave that call to Gollings, as by now he would know their character, fitness, and what they can offer his 2024 squad better than anyone else in Fiji. My thoughts are, watching this All Black Sevens warrior, Tim Mickelson, I still feel there is a place for Modenadangi or Yosef Omasi. I also feel Jerry Tuwai and Waisena Dungu are past their best, or definitely will be by Paris 2024. The Fiji Rugby Union needs to fix Napoleoni Boloda's knee injury so he has a chance of making Fiji's Olympic team 2024. He is a game breaker, and if fully fixed, will strengthen the Fiji team no end. Plus, his selection will make it easier to select either one of Tuwai or Nadungu, as Fiji cannot afford to carry two veterans in such key dynamic positions as halfback, sweeper, or playmaker. The rest of Fiji's 2024 Olympic squad, led by the fantastic Joseva Taladolo and the dynamic Manueli Maisamoa, are within the current crop of players like Temba, Tosaku, Tamani, and Daungunu, who now need to step up to the plate. That's my 2 cents worth, and that's a wrap. For TEIVOVOsports.com, I'm Kaldan Kamea. Please hit the like and subscribe buttons below if you want to receive more Pasifika sports highlights on Breakfast Bites. Mahalo, bina'a, and thank you all too much for all your love and support.